We're learning more about caretakers who are hired to take care of those living with developmental and intellectual disabilities and how allegations of abuse are handled.
This comes after Tyler Evans, a caregiver with Community Options Incorporated, was arrested over the weekend accused of hitting a patient with a leather belt. Channel 3's Michelle Herron joins us now with more. Michelle.
You know, sometimes an allegation of abuse, neglect, or exploitation will spark two investigations, a criminal one that's handled by police and an administrative one that's handled by the state. Court documents show Community Options, Inc. employs caregivers to provide services for patients around the clock. One of those caregivers, Tyler Evans, is accused of beating a patient who is unable to speak with a leather belt in January. A spokesperson with the Tennessee Department of Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities tells Channel 3 they contract with private providers like Community Options to provide services in the state.
When there is an allegation of abuse, neglect, and exploitation, we require our providers and their employees to report that to DIDD, and in the case of abuse, within 4 hours.
After a report of abuse is made, an investigation is then opened to see if the allegation actually occurred.
We may instruct them that they also need to call law enforcement and adult protective services as well. But we do expect our contracted providers to notify us.
Records show Evans was arrested once before this incident in 2011 for possessing a controlled substance. A representative of Community Options would not tell us if Evans is still working inside the home where the alleged abuse took place, but did tell us all offers are contingent on the results of a background check, saying in part, quote, "This consists of an extensive criminal background check, including various state and federal registries, employer and personal references, and driving history. In addition, employees are subject to random and reasonable suspicion drug testing."
We will work with law enforcement and any of our state agency partners to ensure that if that act occurred, people supported in our service delivery system are kept safe, and that that person who committed that act is brought to justice.
If an allegation is found to be true, the employee could end up on the state's abuse registry. Now, I called Evans today to get his side of the story. The person who answered the phone hung up on me. When I called again, I left a message. That message has not been returned. Evans will appear before a judge on June 5th. In the studio, I'm Michelle Herron, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.